This is the world according to Evets. I am Evets, and I really need to express my opinion about what's going on in this world at this time. This is my second video. Video 2, if it quacks like a duck. Now I must read the disclaimer. The characters in this film are fictitious, and any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Wink, wink. I am using my own teleprompter here just so I don't forget certain key facts. This here we'll refer to as Bob Olson, or B.O. for short, to make it easier to remember. Bob, can you tell... I am an American. The United States is not a Christian nation. Bob? What is this thing? It is a dog. Well, it looks like a duck. It is a dog. It waddles like a duck. It is a dog. It quacks like a duck. If it looks like a duck, waddles like a duck, and quacks like a duck, I don't care if you call it a dog or not, it's a duck. Don't go by what people say something is. Go by the circumstances and go by the actions. Bob, exactly what are you? Turn off the camera. All right. All right, I think that's off. So what are you, Bob? Or B.O.? I am a duck. I mean, look at my actions, and then you tell me. All right, Bob, let's look at what you've done, and maybe we can figure out who you are. I don't recognize the National Day of Prayer. I don't recognize Good Friday. I don't even recognize Easter. But I do have Ramadan parties in the White House. I bow to Muslim leaders. I pray at mosques, which is your equivalent to a church. I even repurposed NASA. NASA must try to make Muslims feel good. The head of the NASA has said, B.O. told us to make reaching out to the Muslim world one of our space agency's top priorities. Since when did a space agency become a PR entity for the United States? We're making you feel good. Amazing. Let me pull my teleprompter a little closer. So Bob, explain to me a little more as to who you are. Well, this is a good one. When Hurricane Isaac hit New Orleans recently, I addressed the nation and said, the thought of the American people are with you. I didn't say that our prayers are with you. Allah wouldn't want me to pray for you infidels. In the Situation Room, when O.B. or B.O., when Osama bin Laden was being killed, I was grieving. And you could see that. I was really grieving during that whole ordeal. I publicly said that was the worst 45 minutes of my life. Why is that, Bob? Why is the killing of one of the United States enemies so grieving? It's that because you had to take a life of another human being? No, I was grieving that I was involved in the killing of one of my brothers, one of the Muslim Brotherhood. But it was necessary to gain America's trust in me. Bin Laden was a small sacrifice because the Muslim Brotherhood has its sights on America to fulfill its purpose. I also said I will fundamentally transform this country. Yeah, transform it into a communist country by the redistribution of wealth. I am a Muslim communist. Communist, progressive, it's the same thing. Being progressive doesn't sound so bad as the word communist does. So you're not a Democrat? Only on paper. I know how to pull the Democrat strings, and what a lovely sound they make. I practice al-taqiyya. What is al-taqiyya? Let's not get this wrong. Al-taqiyya is a form of religious dissimulation or a legal dispensation whereby a believing individual can deny his faith or commit otherwise illegal or blasphemous acts while trying to protect themselves, trying to protect their Muslim mission and their Muslim faith. So you're telling me you can lie and deceive and do pretty much anything you want just to protect yourself? Yes, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, Bob, you're such a tricky guy. What is the purpose of being a Muslim anyway? Isn't it just tolerance and love and peace and kumbaya and everyone all can live together? Well, you can explain that in a minute. But I hear this thing called Arab Spring. What exactly is Arab Spring? Springtime is when everything starts growing. Arab Spring is where the Muslim religion starts growing exponentially, especially with the help of the United States, growing to its destiny of world domination with the extermination of every infidel. What are some of the Muslim Brotherhood's recent accomplishments? To take down the Twin Towers, that was a good one. About 3,000 dead. The attacks on USS Cole, 17 died there. The truck bomb on the Marine Barracks, 241 dead. The Fort Hood shooting, 13 dead. Americans like anniversary presents, so he gave them the Libya embassy attack. Only 4 dead. You know, it's a thought that counts. It's not the amount killed. There are too many others to mention, but just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. Well, can you kind of sum up who you are and what's going on here? Oh, sure. Since we're not on camera, in a nutshell, the union workers pay their union dues. Isn't that funny that they are essentially paying for their own destruction? The money goes to George Soros, who funds the democratic machine and uses me as a puppet. I surround myself at work with known communists. We are fundamentally changing America by destroying it using the financial system. You can see this by the unemployment rate, homes being foreclosed on, etc., etc., etc. We are spending stimulus money, but a lot of it is going to communist China. The high-speed rail system, the power-producing windmills, bridge reconstruction, etc. We are also weakening the military to a point where we are no longer able to defend ourselves. When this country is broken and we can't suck anything else from her, the Muslim Brotherhood will then take over and have its way with her. Her means every U.S. citizen. I am really a goat in sheep's clothing. The Quran, we are being told, that is Islam, is a religion of peace. When every day I can read dozens of stories of Muslim men killing their sisters, their wives, their daughters, their family, because of their family honor, of Muslims rioting over some slight offense, of Muslims murdering Christians, Jews because they aren't believers, of Muslims burning schools for girls, of Muslims stoning teenage rape victims to death for adultery, of Muslims mutilating the genitals of little girls, all in the name of Allah, because the Quran and Sharia law tells them to. Now, I have studied the Quran a little bit, and the original Quran kind of paralleled the Bible, explained who Allah is, the Muslim God, and was tolerant. You believe what you want, we will believe what we want, and it was a religion of tolerance and peace. But at some point in time, and I can't really pinpoint this or tell exactly when or how it happened, but it sounds like the Quran took a tangent. Then all of a sudden, the Quran went from peace to intolerance, to kill, to maim, to lie to destroy, for world domination. Now, all Christians don't follow the Bible. They don't believe that every little detail in the Bible is true. And that's just the way it is. And all Christians don't follow the Bible to the letter. And that's the way it is. Now, all Muslims don't follow the Quran to the letter either. Because the Quran tells you to be a good, saved Muslim that will go to paradise needs to kill all the infidels. That is part of the religion. But a lot of the Muslims who don't believe in that are tolerant. They are peace-loving people. Because I think they look at the Quran with a grain of salt. That how could a living God who is compassionate, who believes in compassion and fairness and everything else, all of a sudden at one point in the Quran change to death and destruction and kill and murder and lie? Those don't sound like traits of a living God. It sounds like what man may have put in there for his own purposes and gains. So I don't know for sure, but that's my take on it. All I know is us as a country, the United States of America, is in deep trouble right now. As you see in back of me, the American flag is fading. It is fading fast. Our core values are being attacked. Our Constitution is being attacked by none other than Bob here, B.O. And we need to stand up for our rights. We need to get back to where we came from, back to our roots as Americans. And Americans are not stupid, as some people would make us believe. We may be uninformed, but when we find out what the truth is, we will act, and Americans know how to take care of themselves. We are a self-sufficient people. So, Americans out there, I pray for us every day, and all I can say is, may God bless America.